Hey, hey, great morning, great morning, great morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Saturday morning Goal Director training. Guys, I am fired up and excited. Yes, this is one of the more recent trainings that I've got to sit on with you guys for a while. So I'm fired up. I'm excited. If you guys can see me and you guys can hear me, can one of you awesome and amazing leaders send me a text message so that I know that this is broadcasting live so everybody can see what's going on? Can everybody see me? Everybody hear me? All right, guys, listen, welcome, welcome, welcome to our Saturday morning Goal Director training. For those of you who do not know me as of yet, maybe you're new in the business, my name is Candace Byrd Davis. I am one of the national directors here with Total Life Changes, and I just want to welcome you guys to our Saturday morning Goal Director training. Guys, throughout this training today, not only am I going to cover with you guys exactly how to go director, but I want you to stick around, because towards the end of this, I'm actually going to share with you some amazing income producing activities that are going to help you not just increase your funds into your business, not just increase your income, but it's going to help you increase your customer base, increase the ability to grow your organization, and so forth. So with that being said, guys, I hope you have yourselves a pen and notebook ready. If you don't, jump up real quick, grab one, get yourselves a pen, get yourselves a notebook, get yourselves a cup of Delgado coffee, because we are going to talk about some amazing things to help you either hit the first rank of leadership in our company, which is director, or to actually exceed that position. But for those of you guys who are in the company, you know, this past weekend, we had an amazing event out in New Orleans, Louisiana. We had our national event where it was just absolutely amazing. It was set up just like the Grammys. So to our CEO, Mr. Jack Fallon, I thank you for an amazing event. Our entire corporate staff, our VP of sales, Mr. Kenny Lloyd and Ms. Shantae Lloyd, along with the Portises and the Scotts, thank you for your vision. Thank you for having such an amazing event. Always making sacrifices and staying in the paint with us. But it was just absolutely amazing, guys, because we got to witness so many people, and I'm talking average people, just like me, just like you, who, you know, got to grace the stage and collect their director's pins, which is the first rank of leadership we're hitting for on this training today. Their executive, regional, I mean, we saw checks, average people, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 500, a million, multiple seven figures. So it was just something absolutely exciting to take part in. As you know, we had the event hosted by Carl Anthony Payne himself and the beautiful Miss Vivica Fox. So it was just an absolutely amazing event. So we're actually working toward a lot of other events that are going on here in the company. But before I talk about those events, for those of you who are new to this webinar, I want to be able to give you guys some information so that you can always plug in to win. But not only do I want you to plug in to win, but I want you to be able to give this same information to people that you are introducing into the business as well. Because if you're plugging in to win, but you're not allowing them to plug in to win, it's not going to benefit your organization too well. So let's start with the plug in to win information. Excuse me, I'm looking at some notes so that I make sure I don't forget anything to tell you guys. But the first and foremost, every Monday through Friday, at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our morning motivation and inspiration calls. That is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The phone number for that call is 605-562-3140. The PIN number for that morning motivation call is 493824. Guys, I'm going to tell you, this call has been absolutely amazing. You know, the Monday morning calls is usually being given by my coach, my mentor, a lady that you all are very, very familiar with. She graced the stage this past weekend with a check documenting her earnings at over $2 million. But not only is she the #1 top income earning female in the industry, she is also the #1 female network marketer in the world. And she just happens to be the leader of our team here at the Skin Tea Movement, Miss Stormy Wellington. Tuesdays, the calls are usually being done by a woman who, she and her husband have been in this industry for over 20 years. They didn't fail the industry failed them, but it got to a point where finally corporate America failed them. And they made the decision in November of 2014 to say yes to total life changes. They were able to walk across the stage this past weekend, earn a check or get a check documenting their earnings for over $500,000 in 14 months. But that is none other than our national directors, Nathan and Pam McCray. Wednesdays, our call is being given by NFL wife, philanthropist, mom of 6, a woman who feeds 1,000 kids in Africa, said yes to this company a year ago, just a year ago. With no experience, this woman made over $200,000. She graced the stage this weekend as well, Miss Shanita Foster. Thursday nights or Thursday mornings, the call is done by our male leader here over at the CNT movement, but he's a man who is no stranger to success. He's a husband, he's a father, he is a documented multiple 7-figure earner here in this industry, said yes to total life changes only a few months ago, and just this past week he hit the leadership rank of regional director. That is Mr. Damon Coleman. And then on Friday nights, the call, or Friday mornings, I keep saying nights, Friday morning, the call is being wrapped up again by Miss Stormy Wellington herself. But those are the morning motivation and inspiration calls. So if you just need that little nudge to move forward in your business, you need a little bit of uplifting, you need a little bit of motivation to keep pushing along, that is going to be done Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, repeating the number of 605-562-3140. The PIN number is 493824. Now that same phone number and that same PIN number is used every single night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10 p.m. That is our opportunity call. This call is utilized as a tool for you to build your business, to expose people to the products, to expose people to the opportunity. That call is being done again every night, 10 p.m. Same number, 605-562-3140, using the PIN number of 493824. Every single night, there's a different leader on this call presenting the business opportunity. Besides that, we also have a Monday night training call on the phone. That number or that call happens at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The phone number is 712-775-7085. And the PIN number for the Monday night training is 608661. Other than that, we have the Goal Director training, which is the same one that you're watching now. These are now being done monthly on a Saturday. And you can get that by going to Goal, G-O-A-L, director.info. Also, if you are new to the team and you have not signed up for Coach Stormy Wellington's text blast, you want to be made aware of any important calls, events, locations, trainings, anything like that, I want you to text the word 1,000 families. So 1000 families all together, no spaces, no gaps. 1,000 families. You're going to text it to the number of 313131. Also, for updated information on what's going on with Total Life Changes, if you want to get updated information on calls and so forth, I encourage you to follow our coach and mentor, Miss Stormy Wellington, on Instagram at 1000 families. You could go ahead and do that. Also, shameless plug, you're more than welcome to follow me as well. But okay, let's get cracking. Let's start talking about the Go Director training. Going Director is the first rank of leadership in our company. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to navigate throughout the back office and show you guys a couple areas of concern where you want to look for, because in order for you to hit the number, you got to know the number in order for you to know the number so you could hit the number. But what I want you to do is I'm going to actually screen share with a young gentleman's back office who was gracious enough to give me his login so that we could pay attention to it and you guys can see exactly what is going on. Now, when you just get into business, if you're just relaunching your business, maybe you fell off the wagon, life came at you fast, and now you're ready to engage, you're ready to go, and you're ready to take this business to the next level. You know, once you get in and you've activated your account, what I want you to make sure that you do is a couple different things. And I'm going to take you through this back office here. So bear with me one moment as I bring up the screen for you. And we are going to work through that. Let's see. Give me 1 second. It wants to act a little crazy here. I have multiple screens up, so forgive me. All right, here we go. And let's pull this one back up. All right, so right about now, you should actually be seeing the back office screen. And let me just verify that real quick to make sure you're seeing that. Javon, can you see the back office screen? Are you watching the training over there? Okay. All right, guys. So right now what you're doing is you're looking at a back office of one of the IBOs here in the business. He just happens to actually be my brother as well. So he is new to the business. Now, when you first get into business, there's a couple key things that I want you to pay attention to. First and foremost, if you have just gotten into business, 9 times out of 10, your auto ship is either not set up or your auto ship is set up for the entry level to our business. So what I want you to do, if you have intentions on going to director, one of the main things you need to do is have a proper auto ship set up. So in your back office, I want you to click the tab right here that says auto ship. And I want you to double check this. So you don't have to check it right now. But what I want you to do is I want you to take note. This is what you're going to need to do. So on your auto ship, I apologize, I got these popping up. On your auto ship, if it's already set up, you might just need to edit it. But when you're in here, if you are looking to go director and above, you need to carry a minimum of an 80 volume point auto ship. Now, I don't mean $80, I mean 80 volume points. So let's have an example to see. When you go in here, you can simply click edit right here. So right now my brother is set up for a bottle of NutriBurst on auto ship. You see it's $44.95, but it gives him 40 volume points. That keeps you active as an IBO. But he is planning on going director. So we're going to edit his auto ship. And what we're going to do is not just the NutriBurst, that's 40, but what he also wants to do is he wants to add Strike Up and he wants to add NRG. So once you go in and make these additions, you can click save. Now, when you click save, ladies and gentlemen, it will update. He has a 120 auto ship now. So what I always say, set it and forget it. Because of course, with director and executive, you need an 80 volume point auto ship, which is a minimum of 2 of our products. But if you're looking to go beyond that rank, we always say set it and forget it. So now my brother is set up to be at a 120 auto ship, which means he can go well beyond the executive director ranks of leadership here in the company. So what I want you to do is make sure that your auto ship is properly set up, because one of the things you do not want to do, you do not want to hit the volume for that rank, but not have the proper auto ship set up. So then you do not get the rank after all. So once your auto ship is set up, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to look at now. We are going to go over into the commission side. And what you will notice is right now, based on where he is placed in the organization, this may be different for you. So we're just looking at this scenario purposes. In order for one to go director, they need to have 1,000 volume points on their left leg and 1,000 volume points on their right leg. But the first thing that they need to do is become binary qualified. What binary qualified means is this. My brother is binary qualified, so I'm going to show you what that means. When you're looking at a binary, we have a left team, we have a right team. Now, to go binary qualified, he needs to personally recruit 1 person on his left side, 1 person on his right side. Now, once he does that, which he has, you see he has Ava Edgar here. That means that's his personal. And he has Lori Bird over here, which is his personal. So he is binary qualified. Now, once you're binary qualified, ladies and gentlemen, that opens up the compensation plan now, because prior to being binary qualified, you are only able to get paid on the retail component and the fast start component. But now, since he's personally sponsored 2 people, 1 on his left team, 1 on his right team, he has opened up the compensation plan to now be able to have the ability to get paid all 5 ways. So what I want you to do is focus on going binary qualified within the next 24 to 72 hours, because you want to open up the compensation plan so that you are not missing out on any potential income from volume that is flowing through your organization. So now that we know that Darius is binary qualified, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to look at his legs again. Forgive me one second. I have all these things popping up and I need to figure out how to turn those off. But okay, so we're looking at his left team and his right team now. So now that he's binary qualified, ladies and gentlemen, another thing that this does is this gives you the ability to be able to bank volume. Now, what I mean is this: when you're binary qualified, the volume is accruing on one team and maybe not the other, or maybe you have some volume here. But let's just give you an example. Let's just say on this week for March or January 22nd to January 28th, his left volume was 2,700 volume points. Let's say his right team had 1,000. That would mean, since they paid him off on 1,000 over here, they would subtract it from here, which would leave him 1,700. That 1,700 will roll over to the next week as carryover volume. So let me give you an example. This is why it's important to go binary qualified. And to be honest with you, I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, your auntie, your nephew, your dog, your cat. Find one person on your left team with a $40 auto ship, 40 volume point auto ship, one person on your right team, because this is what happens. Now that he became binary qualified, you see all these weeks he was not binary qualified. Now that he became binary qualified, all of this volume is carrying over. So the week that ended January 21st, he had 1,475 volume points on his left team and carryover. So if we go look, starting January 22nd, he, right here, starting January 22nd, he has 1,400 in volume points that are in the bank. Okay, we're going to call it in the bank. So really his 1,400 in volume points plus what he ended the week with would keep being calculated. And they would only subtract what volume he was paid out from. So I hope you guys get that. So in order to go director, you need volume in your left team, volume in your right team. It needs to be a minimum of 1,000 volume points, and you have to have at least an 80 volume point auto ship. Now, once you have set this up, ladies and gentlemen, and you're looking to run, I want you to pay close attention to a couple different features as you're recruiting in your business. For Darius's sake, you can obviously tell that his left team is being built by his upline and those people above him. But what I want you to pay attention to is anybody that he brings into business, if his left team has help and he's already placed people over there to be binary qualified, then you saw that he needs to focus on his right team. So he has not set his placement up yet. So what happens is when you set your placement, what this means is anybody who joins the business with you, your placement is automatically going to put them in the leg that you designate. So as you saw, Darius had volume on his left team, and he already placed people on that left side. So now he needs to work on his right team. So now what he is doing is, since he has set his preferred placement to be the right leg, that means anybody that is joining the business with him is automatically going to fall in the leg that he needs the volume in, which is his right leg. So you want to make sure that you have your placement set up properly, ladies and gentlemen, because we as business owners need to make sure that we understand our back offices and understand how this binary works so that we can maximize our income potential. So if you have not set up your preferred placement, please do so. Make sure you have a couple people. And I always say, and forgive me for saying this, but a lot of people will say, I just want to put one person in my left, one person in my right. What you want to do is after you get one in your left, one in your right, I want you to go back and plug a couple extra people in what we're calling this power leg here. Because what I don't want to happen, let's just say there's one person that you place over in your left team decides that they want to stop working the business, or maybe their credit card on file declined, or they had a new one issued and they weren't able to bill on their auto ship because that one person did not bill on the auto ship. you're now considered no longer binary qualified, so you will not get a check from the binary. So don't let your check rely on one person. So even though you put one in your left, in Darius's case, one in his left, one in his right, what I'm going to have him do is make sure he puts another person or two in his left team, just in case one happens to fall off. It's not going to put his check at risk. So I hope that makes sense. Another new feature that we came out with, and I'm going to show you how this works, which is pretty cool as well. If you go to your profile, we have a new feature called a holding tank. Some people will utilize this, some people will not. But just to let you know what the capabilities of your entire back office, I want to show you what this is. So once somebody goes into their back office, they can click on Edit Profile. And right here, you will see place your new signups in the holding tank. As you see, I have Darius's turned on. Let me actually blow this screen up a little bit so you can see what I'm pointing to. Okay, so whenever you go into my profile right here, you click on Edit Profile over here. This screen is going to upload. On this screen, you see right here, place your new signups in your holding tank. This feature is pretty awesome because anybody who signs up is not placed into your binary until you physically place them. Now, you must have these people placed in the binary before Thursday night at midnight, or corporate will automatically place them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example. This is a prime way of making sure that you have the full capabilities to operate and distinguish who and where you're going to place them in your organization, okay? So let me just log in here real quick and show you how this is done. Give me 1 second. My computer's moving a little bit slow. Okay, so I'm logging actually into my back office. Now I have my holding tank turned on, okay? So when I go to organization, and I go over here to my graphical downline light, anybody who joins me in business is now going to be placed literally kind of like in a fishbowl, okay? They're not placed in either my left team or my right team. What they're done is they're sat into a fishbowl, is what I call it. But as you look, I'm actually building my left team right now. So if I go to my very, very bottom left, anybody who is in your holding tank, when you have that feature turned on, at one point you just used to see available. Now with your holding tank turned on, you are able to see place from holding tank. So here's an example. When you see this, that means somebody is in your holding tank waiting to be placed. All you simply do is place from holding tank. It's going to show you the new IBO. You click on them and you select place. So now you can determine, and as you'll see, that person is now placed. It's going to ask you to confirm. So now if you are building between your left team and your right team and you're going back and forth throughout the week, plugging people, some on the left, some on the right, the holding tank is key because now they're not just all falling on one side. You're able to dictate who's going to go on your left team, who's going to go on your right team, and you can keep building from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, that is the quickest, most efficient way to be able to set yourself up to be able to go director. I know I blew through that pretty quickly, but that's because that is one of the simple ranks of leadership here in the company. And I'm actually going to come back here. Oh, there you go. Can you see me? Okay, so what that does now, guys, remember, binary qualified. If you're determined to reset and rerun your business and you haven't went binary qualified yet, you want to make sure you get one person on your left team, one person on your right team. That will now make you binary qualified. So now that opens up the third, fourth, and fifth way that we get paid. Because while you're sitting here no longer binary qualified or not binary qualified yet, you are only getting paid retail and fast start. So what I want you to do, if you're not binary qualified within the next 24 hours, I want you to go out and find your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your dog, your cat, your bird, whoever. Place one on your left team on a $40 auto ship, one on your right team. Now you're binary qualified. So that means any volume that is building under you that you are not getting paid out on is going to bank. Just like I showed you the carryover volume. So when you're aggressively building and ready to go for rank, you always have a savings account of volume to the side that you don't see. You know how we want that savings account to save our money, but we don't want to be able to touch it if we don't need it? Well, consider becoming binary qualified as putting all of the volume that you haven't used in a savings account for that day when you're ready to go director and executive and regional and national. That's all sat to the side, ready to accrue for that one leg. So you have that backup volume. I hope that makes sense for you. Also, what you want to do is focus on making sure you're judging your volume on your left team and your right team to maximize the binary. You want to keep those volumes as close as possible, because what happens is when corporate takes a screenshot of your back office every Thursday night, they pay out the binary based on your smallest team. So let's just say, for calculation purposes, let's just say you have the potential of having 10,000 volume points in your left team and 5,000 in your right team. But if you balanced it more and you had 7,000 in one team, 8,000 in the other, you're getting paid out on the weakest team, which is the 7,000 then. So you want to keep your legs as close as possible so you can maximize the binary payout. I know I've had a lot of distributors say, hey, Candace, well, this team's being built by my upline and this team's being built by me, or I'm building both of my teams and I want to have a strong leg. What you want to do is focus on keeping them neck and neck as much as possible so you can maximize your binary, help yourself get to rank, and achieve what you ultimately want to do, is to be able to make a residual income. Now that we got that out of the way about going director, I promised you guys, for those of you who stayed on, that I would share a couple tips with you. I hope you got your pen and notebooks ready, because what we need to talk about now is, in order to hit director, we obviously have to have income producing activities. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a little tip, a couple little tricks, but you know, a lot of people say, hey, Candace, what activities actually produce income? Well, there's a couple different things. You know, what I've done this past week is I've been having my team call everybody in their phone and do a favor call. And what I mean as a favor call is this: pick up your cell phone, guys. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. We all have a cell phone, and honestly, we all probably have a couple hundred contacts in here. What I've been having my team to do, and I want to give a shout out to Janelle Avery, because she did exactly what she was told to do. And this woman's been in this business for almost a year. And she hit director this weekend because she came back from New Orleans, fired up. That's why we say events will do for your business what you can never do. She came back from New Orleans, fired up and excited, took the income producing activities, ran with them. She hit director. She's ready to go executive because this girl's steadily pumping volume from these little tips, tricks, and techniques. But what I had them do is, if we've been in the business, some of us feel we've exhausted our contacts about joining the business. We're not going to call them about joining the business. What we're going to do is, I told her, start doing favor calls. Pick everybody in your phone, call them up, dial their number. And it might go something like this. You know, hey, Janelle, it's Candace. How are you? Doing good? Oh, awesome. Listen, I know you're busy, so I'm not going to keep you long. But I wanted to ask a favor from you. You know, I know at one point I talked to you about my business and you said you were not interested, which is fine. But as my friend, I just want to let you know I'm getting ready to hit one of the biggest ranks of leadership that I ever have in this company. And I'm just asking you to support me. So would you please purchase maybe a NutriBurst? Give them something to purchase. Would you please purchase a bottle of NutriBurst for $45 to support me in my new leadership rank? Honestly, just about everybody Janelle called and got on the phone, they supported her. Because they're saying, yeah, you know what? Hey, she's not bothering me with the business. Of course, that's my friend. I'll support her with anything. Okay, $45, no problem. So what I say to them is, listen, I'm getting ready to hit one of the biggest ranks of leadership in my company that I ever have. And as my friend, I just want to know, I'm not going to ask you to join my business, but I want to ask you, will you support me? Will you support me by buying 1 month supply of the IASOT that you always see me promote? It's only $45. Can I count on you as my friend to do this for me? And they're like, yeah, I can do that for you. I already have my back office open, guys. Okay, great. Listen, Janelle, where do you want me to have this product shipped to? And as they're talking, I'm filling in the information. Okay, and what's your credit card number? Okay, boom. It will be shipped to you in 3 to 5 days. On to the next call. Hey, Elite, it's Candace. Listen, I know you're really, really busy and I'm not going to keep you long. I'm just fired up and excited because I'm getting ready to hit one of the biggest ranks of leadership that I ever have in my company before. And I know at one point I talked to you about the business, so I'm not going to ask you to join the business. But as my friend, I want to ask you to support me in my business. Can I count on you on buying 1 bottle of NRG to support me in my business? Can I count on you for doing that? Okay, great. Listen, where do you want the product shipped to? Give me the address that you want it to ship to. Boom. What's your credit card number? Boom. On to the next one. Don't be afraid. Listen, you have a lot of people who say, you know what, Candace, I've talked to a lot of people. They're not interested in the business. They might not be interested in the business, but nobody said they're not interested in the product. See, what we find out throughout the course of our build is we're so focused on recruiting people. But ultimately, if you want a stable income, you want to focus on getting customers. Because what happens is our products cause people to get emotionally attached to them. And when they get emotionally attached to a product, they consistently come back and buy. But sometimes we find distributors will get in the business and work it for a little bit, fall off, come back, work it for a little bit, but a customer remains consistent. Okay, so that's tip number 1, favor call. Do favor calls. But listen, as you're doing favor calls, let me show you something. Give me 1 second. Okay, as we're doing calls to people, purchasing product, maybe we have a customer. A lot of the times what we get so excited about is we find out somebody, yes, wants to buy a 4-month or a 4-pack supply of tea. They want to buy a 1-month supply of tea. But what we get so excited about is we got the sale, but we forgot to upsell. Does that make sense? We got the sale. We got so excited that we forgot to upsell. Now, here's a key point that I've been teaching a lot of my organization to do. This person just bought a 1-month supply of tea. And as you're talking to them, listen, you know, Fadia, I'm so excited you got the tea because that's a phenomenal product. It's a detox tea. You know, what it's going to do is detoxify your body at a cellular level. But also, Fadia, what it's going to do is while it's detoxifying your body, it's flushing all that bad out. Sometimes it starts to flush some of the good out too, as it's detoxing your body. So what I'd like to recommend to you, Fadia, is our NutriBurst. Because as you're flushing the bad out of your body, the NutriBurst is going to help you put those good minerals back into it. Plus, it's going to boost your immune system. It's going to give you a natural burst of energy. And what's so exciting is it has a 98% absorption rate. So Fadia, actually what we have is a special going on now. The 1-month supply of tea along with the NutriBurst is only $90. So I don't know about you, but a lot of my customers like pairing these 2 products up. So if you'd like, I can pair both of these products up and invoice you for the detox plus the option to replenish the nutrients in your system. So don't just shoot for the 1 sale because look, they're already wanting the tea. So they might say, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. Or sometimes they may say, no, I don't have the money right now for that. Okay, no problem. But next time we're going to try to have you try this NutriBurst because I know you're going to like it. But don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Don't be afraid to ask for the money. A lot of times we find we're afraid. We got this sale on the tea, so now we're good. We don't want to ask him for nothing else. Well, no. Because you see, we're in the business to transform bodies and bank accounts. So we want to ask them to try another product. Because here's the way I think about it. Remember, I used to be an insurance agent for years. And I gave this concept to, I believe it was Natalie Nicole, I'm not sure, but I was talking to her about it. In the insurance industry, if somebody just had their auto insurance with you and that rate went up, guess what? They're shopping it with another company. But if they had their auto insurance, their homeowner's insurance, and their life insurance with you, they didn't want to go through the hassle of finding a new auto carrier, getting a homeowner's quote, and getting new life insurance. So what they did was they felt comfortable and they just stayed then. It's called retention. So if you get a customer on 1 or more products, 2 or more products, it's retention. It's retaining them. They got emotionally attached to the tea. They got emotionally attached to the vitamin. I don't care what other company has tea out there. Now they're attached to 2 of our products. They're not going anywhere. So you want to get in the habit of introducing a 2nd or even a 3rd product to your customers. Don't let them just be a 1-product customer. Don't let them just be a 1-hitter quitter. Okay? Don't do that. The other thing is, let's get creative. Very, very creative. Today is February 6th. Valentine's Day is only 14 days away. So if you want to see an increase in your sales, why don't you start talking to people? And I did this last night. And I did it. Javon, was that call not successful for the Strike Up and Love calls that I did last night? Absolutely. Here's what I did. I called up a couple of my girlfriends. One of them, her name's Kim. And I said, hey, Kimmy, what are you doing? She said, nothing. What's going on, girl? I said, nothing much. Just wanted to give you a call and touch base with you. I haven't talked to you in a few days. What are you and Renzi doing, next weekend for Valentine's Day? She said, I don't even know yet. We haven't even planned anything. She was like, it's just another day to us, kind of. And I was like, kind of. And she was like, why? What are you guys doing? Usually when you ask somebody what they're doing, their next question is, what are you up to? And I said, girl, I'm excited. And she was like, what are you excited for? I was like, Valentine's Day. I said, I got some Strike Up and some love for Javon. I said, so we're about to have a really, really fun weekend. She asked me, what's Strike Up and love? I said, girl, those are our sexual performance enhancement products. I said, the Strike Up, and I started edifying the Strike Up. The love, boom, 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 boom. And I told her, I said, trust me, these products aren't for those people who need help in the bedroom. These are for those people who don't need help as well, who got a little bit of spark and want to just cause an explosion. So I know Javon's going to be very happy for Valentine's Day. Woo! So guys, what I want you to do, it's Valentine's Day in 12 days. Call your friends up with just a common question. Hey, what do you guys, call your couples up, your couple friends. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Nothing. Why? What are you doing? Girl, I'm excited. I done ordered some Strike Up and Love. I'm going to surprise Javon with it. So I know he's going to be super excited. Their next question is, what is Strike Up and Love? You're going to tell them, look, Strike Up and Love is our sexual performance enhancement, girl. What it does is it's going to boost his libido, increase his desire. It's going to help me with moisture. We're going to hit our peaks on multiple occasions. So I know he's going to be happy. Matter of fact, I have some extra ones here at the house that I've been selling for the company. I'm calling them the Weekend Fun Pack. I got them for 25 bucks a piece. You want one? Because I know you and Renzi will have a blast with it. Get creative with it. Get very, very creative. You got to think about the different little things that are going on in people's lives. Listen, don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to talk to people. I have a distributor who's been using the, if you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? And she's been having a lot of success with using that question because she was always afraid of talking to people about losing weight. So she would just have the conversation with them. Look, if you can change one thing about your health, what would it be? And they're like, oh, you know what? I would like to lose some weight. Well, besides weight, what else? I would probably like to lose some weight, maybe get my blood pressure in order. Girl, I'm so glad you said that. Listen, I got a product that I can help you with. Have you ever heard of, boom, resolution, T, whatever it is, start showing her before and after pictures. And I know you said you wanted to get your blood pressure regulated. Do you ever look into our Ganoderma? You ever hear of our product called Gano? And just start going with it. So guys, don't be afraid to introduce products to people. Listen, your mouthpiece is what's going to generate the money. And what we want to focus on doing right now is as you're calling in those favors, the favor calls. Listen, I know you don't want to join my business, but I want to ask a favor and see if you will support my business. Once they purchase a product, they are a customer. So guess what? They go on your retail to recruit list because even though they said no before to the business, that's before you got a product in their hand. Now they got a product in their hand and they tried it. Guess what? Now they are going to retail to recruit. You're going to follow up and see how they like the product. Thank them for supporting the business. Hey, I truly thank you. Hey, Fady, I thank you for supporting my business, girl. I know as my friend, you always came through. But since you supported my business, I wanted to follow up with you and see how you like the product. Boom, retail to recruit. Okay, so I know that's going far beyond, but I promised you I would save some income producing activities and tips and all that stuff. So listen. Get to director, get yourself binary. If you're not binary qualified yet, get yourself binary qualified today. Go and put your mom on one team, your dad on one team. Go and put your brother here, your sister there, whatever you need to do. On a 40 volume point auto ship, pay for it. Have the product sent to you if you have to, because you're going to sell the product anyways. And then all of the volume that's accruing under you is going to be able to be saved in the little savings account. Okay? So as you're building your organization and gaining customers and starting to build that solid foundation, you are now set up for success. So make sure you go into your back office today. Set your auto ship on 120. Listen, 2016, I am a miracle. If you seriously feel that you are a miracle, if you seriously feel that you're going to do some amazing things in 2016, go set your auto ship up, set it and forget it. Because if you're still sitting here on a 40 volume point auto ship, that just means you don't believe in what you can do. So if you truly do believe in what you can do, upgrade your auto ship today to 120. Go and get you one on your left team, one on your right team. Let's shoot toward director. Because ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you heard, but check this out. We have a lot of events coming up. Matter of fact, in about 14 days, exactly 2 weeks, Ambassadors Buddy and Denise Lee have a regional event in Philadelphia where a lot of the top leaders are flying into Philadelphia, kind of doing a super, super big Super Saturday, a regional event with opportunities and training and so forth. That's going to be out of this world. Then on March 19th, we're going to be in Houston, Texas with executive ambassadors Erwin and Twyler Portis. Same thing. These events are going to have in excess of 500 people per event, where they just want to get the knowledge, tips, tricks, techniques, training. They're ready to go. April 16th, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, all of us leaders. We're going to be out there with executive ambassadors Greg and Lanika Scott. Chicago, May 28th, we're coming for you with, seven-figure earner Mr. James Dentley, along with all of the other top leaders. Turn around June 11th, DMV. DMV's event's going to be done with none other than Coach Stormy Wellington and her slew of leaders. You're going to see Mr. Kenny Lloyd at these events. You're going to see the Portises, the Scotts. You're going to see Jack Fallon or John LaCari. You're going to see corporate coming to these events. And then to top it off, and if you want to get these events, these event tickets are only $29 a ticket right now. And when they hit their capacity, they're going to sell out. But you can go to the website, global1team.com, and get your ticket now for whether it's Philly, Houston, Chicago, Raleigh, DMV area. Grab your tickets now because you're going to need to. Because then in July, bam, all roads lead to Atlanta. So our next event that is going to be a ring and a check ceremony. See that check? That check's pretty, isn't it? Look. But if you're making a commitment to be one of those people that earn one of these checks, possibly even earn a ring, that's going to happen in July. So guys, we got some numbers that we have to hit. Are you looking to hit a $20,000 check, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000? Whatever it is, we got 5 months, 5, to hit that number. So in order to hit the goal, you've got to know the goal. So today, set your auto ship, get binary qualified, and write down what check you will get in Atlanta in July. Break that down so that you know exactly how much you need to make a week, how much you need to make a month, not just you, but the entire organization that is under you to be able to produce this income to hit these checks. Ladies and gentlemen, director is the first rank of leadership in the company that opens up the compensation plan like ridiculous. You go from 2 ways of getting paid to 5 ways of getting paid when you hit binary qualified. So let's get it. Let's get it done. I'm excited to see all of you guys. I will be in Philadelphia on February the 20th. I'm excited. DMV, get ready. Myself, Natalie, Nicole, and Chandrea Pittman will be there Tuesday as well. We have Coach Stormy Wellington in West Palm Beach this weekend. We also have Mr. James Dentley in the Tampa area as we speak. So there's a lot of events going on, a lot of momentum. Get your guests to these events. Don't come by yourself. If you had the ability to drive yourself there, throw a guest in the car with you. So again, guys, I know I made this short. I know I made this sweet, but I just gave you the information that you needed. I hope that it was enough to help you get through and grow through and go through, because I want to see you guys walking across the stage collecting your checks in July. So we just got some work to do. So go binary qualified, go director, and let's run from there, because 2016 is going to be a year of miracles. You just got to make that decision. Will you be that hero or that shero in your family's life. So again, thank you for joining me on this Saturday morning's Goal Director Training. For those of you who do not know me, I am Candace Byrd Davis, one of the national directors. I'm excited to see you guys at the top. Have a great day, my friends. Bye-bye.